So when I was doom scrolling last night, I found out that SamDoesArt's made a pause challenge. I don't know how I haven't seen that before, but I mean, I guess thanks to the guy on TikTok. But we're gonna be giving that a shot. And if you don't know what a pause challenge is, it's pretty simple. It's basically just a ton of images that go by super quickly, and you just pause for each element, and then you just make an OC out of it. I've always found them pretty fun, and just a fun way to like practice character design and stuff. So, I say without any yapping, we just get to it. Alright, here's the sketch for the first one. I'm thinking it's looking good so far. Nothing too crazy. I had a little bit of trouble incorporating the bag and glasses into it, but I think we got it dialed. It's just time to hop into some colors. I don't think it's specified hair color. I'm probably just gonna go black though, so then it matches the pants and just kind of works out. But so initially, I felt like there was a lot of conflict between a few of the different elements, right? But then I decided on the lore of it being just a cosplayer, and then I was thinking of the memes where it's someone cosplaying Goku in their McDonald's, that kind of thing. Just a cosplayer just going to the convention or leaving, and I was kind of a fan of that, honestly. I think it's gonna be a pretty simple color scheme for this one, which is honestly good. Not only for me to be lazy, but just I feel usually simpler color schemes just work better because it doesn't get so cluttered. There's probably a good bit of that's probably just me having some skill issues, to be honest. But either way, I think I just like my simple stuff. Yeah, and I was thinking that the black hair would help frame out the outfit a little bit too. I think that is working. I'm kind of getting Saga vibes from if any of you guys play Arknights. I think it's just this middle part, honestly, but I'm not against that. Yeah, usually when I make a character, I like to think of at least some facts about them. You don't have to write a whole novel. I feel it helps with the posing and stuff if you kind of know what their personality is because it's I don't know, I just feel it adds an extra layer of depth that a lot of people leave out. There we go. I say looks good. Merge down. I used to be really scared of merging my layers, and I still regret it sometimes when I merge them. I'm not gonna lie. But I feel it's a lot easier to not overthink things if you just be well, she's merged now. Yeah, I feel top-down light usually is it just clears up the outfit a lot. Sometimes not so much, depending on hairstyle and stuff, but I'd say 90% of the time, top-down light it just works, And the one time it doesn't, you just gotta cry about it. And one thing that I've been working on, just personally, is not over-shading things. I still do it, but I don't know, I feel I just do too much a lot of the time, and it's not really necessary, Let's see, I think I want to do a little bit darker. I'm gonna go pretty subtle here, just in a few places, under the neck, mainly, just to really show that depth of shadow, And I've also been liking just tossing some subtle shading in the hair here. I don't know, I just felt it adds a little bit of depth, I'm gonna add a little bit of a reflection from the sky as well, just to separate some of the hair. It has an actual name, and I honestly don't remember it, but it's basically just the reflection of the color of the sky, or just the ambient light in general. I think two main things really elevate a drawing is it's the individual hair strands, I'm doing now, and then the highlights in the eyes. I feel those two are some of the most important ones. Could just be my style, but I feel it really elevates the whole deal and just kind of makes the character feel more alive, And here we go. Here's the first one. I think she turned out pretty good. I had quite a lot of trouble initially figuring out what I wanted to do, but I think ending up the cosplayer was a pretty good move. I feel it just kind of makes the whole thing, feel more together. So I had a lot of fun with this one. So I think I'm gonna make another OC with the same challenge. So here's what I got for that. I'll get back to you guys with the sketch. Alright, so here's the sketch for this one. It's a lot looser than the other one, but I kind of wanted to go for a different vibe, right? For the character, I was kind of thinking it would be a fallen angel, cyborg kind of deal, and they'd be damaged, so we're going to be seeing a lot of cracks in the skin, here, and this is going to be skin cracked, and then the robot arm kind of deal. Maybe something like that too, and then show some panel lines throughout. I think it could be cool. You know, it's a little bit more out there. Can be a little bit of extra work, but you know, I'm not against that, right? Well, the other drawing is pretty quick. It's about 30 minutes, so we got plenty of time. And we have an orange background, right? So this is something I've been doing recently, is I put like a bright orange as like a backdrop, and then I paint the colors over it. So that way if I have like some area that isn't colored, the orange shows through. And I think I'm gonna get a little bit of background going on. I feel like a almost black would kind of fit, so we got the wings and all that, you know. I think it's like a perfect setup for like a fallen angel. So I was having a little bit of trouble with like the expression initially, but you know, I think we ended up on something that was halfway decent. So I'm gonna apologize in advance. You might be able to hear my dog snoring in the background. We're just gonna ignore that. He's like impressively loud. So I honestly don't know how to draw wings at all, so I'm just gonna scribble. I mean, it works every other time. Why can't it work this time, you know? Okay, let's see here. I feel like maybe a blonde could work well for the hair color. Yeah, I don't know why. I've always had a lot of trouble picking out like blonde hair colors. Kind of ironic because that is the color of my hair, but you know, I don't know. I feel like yellows are just really easy to mess up and make look really muddy, and that's probably why I avoided drawing yellows or anything with yellow in it for a while. So honestly, in my opinion, it's looking pretty rough right now, but we'll see. I'm not going to be going crazy detail for the actual components, I think. I just want to kind of get some loose scribbles in there, because they're going to be like kind of tore up anyway, so try and be a little lazy when I can, you know? I think it's starting to make a little bit of sense here. And one thing I also want to do is have like the halo be broken here. I feel like it, I don't know, kind of symbolizes that she's like fallen from grace, and maybe like her belief is fragmented or something. Fell for maybe she got tricked, maybe she got betrayed, you know, who knows? I don't know why, but I've always been really interested when stories do that kind of thing, where it's like their own takes on like angels, like the hierarchies, stuff like that. I've always thought that ends up being pretty cool. Like, I don't know if you guys read Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. Honestly, it's one of my favorite. I've only read the novel. I haven't read the webtoon yet, but the novel is really good. It's really long. It's like 5,000 pages or so. But I really like it, honestly. The translation that I read was a little rough in some parts, but I also acquired it. I could not find a place to pay for it, so yeah. One thing that I want to try to do more with my art overall is just to do more with like less actual brushstrokes, you know. Not doing the best right now with that, but kind of like an overall goal, you know. I've always thought it was really cool when I could see like when you see like a pro artist, they do like 4 brushstrokes and they got a finished piece. I'm like, whoa. I don't know, I always think it's super impressive when they can do that. There we go. That's coming together, I think. And the nice thing about this all being on one layer, I can liquefy it very easily. It takes a lot of the stress, you know. It's not, I mean, I try not to abuse liquefy, but I'm not gonna lie, pretty powerful tool. So do you guys actually know how gesture drawing is supposed to improve your like art? Because I've been doing them recently, and I've been seeing it online the whole time I've been drawing. Is that like, oh, if you want to improve drawing, you know, do gesture drawings. And I mean, I find them pretty fun. So I mean, I've been doing them, but like, what do they actually improve? You know, or is it kind of just like a confidence and like just improving efficiency, I guess? So it's not gonna be that detailed, you know. It's gonna be a little blurry, because I've noticed that's kind of how my art style goes. Is like when I'm new at something, it looks pretty blurry, and then the more confident I get, the more clear it looks, you know. So, and I want to capture a vibe here. I don't really want to capture any specific details, if that makes sense. Yeah, maybe she was like a battle angel or something, you know. And then you could even think like, oh, maybe the heaven that she's under, or the sect that she's under, is a little bit more corrupt. And then after they, you know, have you go to war, they just kind of toss you aside after you're all broken in this case, you know. See, let's try it. I saw someone on Twitter use the lasso tool for feathers before, and let's see if some skill issues will get mad at me if I try that. Usually they do, but maybe we can luck out. Yeah, maybe she's like using her own wings to like shelter herself from whatever is going on the outside. Who knows? there's probably a lot of drama involved in that kind of scenario. So one way that I like to double check to see if the changes I'm making like are actually helping is just turning off the layer. And you can see here, and then turn RTX on all of a sudden, right? So I feel like it's like kind of a good Turing test, you know, to see if you're actually saving the drawing, if you're just making it worse. Okay, I think we have a pretty good base here, right? But something that I feel like would elevate it would be something to clear up the shapes on the edge here. A lot of these, I feel like you're getting, and then a lot of the detail here. I feel like we're kind of losing some of that. And one way to help with that is a rim light, you know. I'm going to be going pretty subtle here. Like, I don't want anything too crazy. Especially because I kind of already like what I got going on for the most part. I'm just trying to clean up a little bit. Make it a lot more visually clear at a glance. Because I feel like right now, you can tell what's going on after looking at it for a bit. But just being able to glance at it and see what's going on is kind of my goal. I don't think skill issues will allow that right now. But that's the goal. So, alright, here's both of them finished up. You know, I think we made some pretty good drawings today, to be honest. I really like the second one. I just feel like just got a really good vibe going on, you know. And you know, I really like the story of the character that we made up along the way, you know. I think it's just a good, solid drawing. If you guys want to follow along, I got the challenge link in the description. Let me know what you think of the video. If you want me to do anything else, you know, just let me know in the comments, right? You know how it is. But I think that's all I got for you guys this week. So see you when I see you. Probably gonna be a few weeks if I'm being honest. You know, school does exist, but peace.